Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 6. I just watched the Episode 5. If you want to see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the eye, and I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist that I made for all of the videos that I already made for My Hero Academia that I'm binge watching on my channel, meaning that if you're subscribing to my channel, you're gonna stay with me for this entire binge watching, and that's gonna be a long one, you know, if you can be interested by that. And also I'm saying it right now, if you can be interested to have extended or full reaction parts for this episode, for these reaction videos, you can come on my Patreon. On my Patreon I'm not forced to play with opacity, to cut that much and all, and it can be appreciated, and to be fully honest, it can be really useful for me, you know, into my personal life right now, if you can join me on my Patreon. And if you can't, I understand that, you know, don't put yourself into bad situations for me, but if you can subscribe for at least 1 month or so, a little more, it could be appreciated. Let's talk about this episode, what we're gonna have into it. We're gonna have this discussion between Deku and Todoroki. For me, it's not gonna be a confrontation, you know. I don't think so. Maybe you can be like the fact that they're gonna talk just after this game, after what happened, and Todoroki, what he said, he's mad. We know that he wants to win against Deku. Right there, he considered, you know, that he failed. That's gonna end bad. I'm not that sure, because you know what we know of Todoroki so far during this second season in particular, it was the fact that he wants to win for sure, but not like Bakugo wants to win to prove to everyone that he's the best. For Todoroki, it's more like he wants to win to prove to his dad, not that he's the best, but that he's better than maybe his dad thinks, and he wants to prove that he deserves to be there. It's more something like that. I think that I guessed well the fact that he entered into this course through the recommendation surely of his dad, because his dad is such a great hero, and he wants to prove now that he deserves to be here to everyone, to his father, to himself. Maybe he wants to cut the link, you know, with his father, and to prove that he's not the son of his father, but that on his own he's already someone great, you know, and he can be a great hero because of him, not because he's the son of something like that. We understood also that he has a bad relationship with his father. How he talked, you know, about his father, that was bad. He was not considering him, respecting him, but still he wants to impress him, maybe for the reasons that I just mentioned. And right there, after the second game, even if he won it, the fact that he couldn't totally block Deku, what happened during that moment, he considers that as a failure, and what he said, it was almost like, now I'm gonna be forced to listen to my father. Like, he said something right, maybe his father, and Todoroki didn't want to admit it. I don't know. I'm waiting to see more of them. Like, really, it's more like I'm waiting to see these two together, talking together, to see that father and kid relationship. We'll see. I think that, you know, it's really a bad one, so I think that it's gonna be a bad moment, you know, in fact, between these two, but still I want to have the confirmation of these feelings that I had. And we're gonna have also maybe a conversation between All Might and Andover. All Might, I'm not sure that he blocked Andover right there on purpose because he knew that Deku was talking with Todoroki, but still now, the fact that they put these two scenes like that together, I'm wondering if maybe there is a backstory, you know, between the relationship between Andover and All Might. We'll see about it. For sure, I truly appreciated to see that moment, you know, with Todoroki, that thing about a part of his face, you know, into the dark, the shadow, and a part of it into the light, because it truly represents well, you know, the two sides of the character. Maybe he has a dark side, and the fact that it was also playing with the mark that he already has on his forehead, you know, his burnt mark. That was really great. That was really a really short moment, but I saw it and I truly appreciated it, because, you know, during the first season and during the beginning of the second season, okay, we had some good moments, I mean some good pictures, but it was mostly during the fights, and it was good pictures because, you know, they were using their powers and they were doing stuff with their powers and all. When right there it was a good picture, not because of the powers, the actions and all of that. It was a good picture because of the symbolic of it, the meaning that they put behind it. And I didn't know that with this anime they would do stuff like that, so I'm really glad, you know, that I noticed it, that they did it, so it means that on the future they're gonna do stuff like that. It's cool, it's really cool, I appreciate that. So we're gonna have these two discussions. Are we gonna have the third game right there, right now? Like, is it something like everything is happening during the same day? Because right there it's only, you know, the sport contest, no, the sport festival. It's only happening, you know, for the first year, for the students, you know, from the first year. So normally after that they need to do all of the other years, and maybe at the end they have another contest for all of the best, you know, of each years. Like, I don't know how it's gonna function, it's gonna happen. So I don't know if we're gonna have already the third game. I think that it would be great. How many of them are gonna stay for this game? Not so many now. Maybe we're gonna have 5 games, you know, at the end. I think that this festival, it's gonna take all of the first half of the season. All of the first half of the season, it would mean, oh no, less than that. It would mean, you know, the 12 first episodes, and we're already at episode 6. So no, less than that. Or maybe yes, all of the first part of the season, if I'm right about the fact that maybe we're gonna see the other years, you know, the other students from the other years fighting, and a final game with all of the best players of each year. If it's the case, maybe yes, we can have 12 episodes about the festival. If not, yes, it's gonna take less than the first half of the season. We'll see. And I'm gonna see that right now because I'm gonna watch this episode right now. I said it, if you want the extended or the full reaction part maybe for this episode, come on my Patreon. You can have it also sooner. We have 4 episodes of advance on my Patreon, and it's the best way to support me if you want, if you can. It can be not just appreciated but really useful. Like, yes, it's the case, it can be really useful if you can join me. Let's go for this episode. Boy born with everything. Todoroki? See, that one? Did you understand? It's logical for him to think that, you know, because he knows that your class, the power is the same, and maybe he can even more understand that because of his father. He's a number 2. Maybe there is really something between All Might and Endeavor. Can't you turn them off? You have always to be like that? You're not the kind of guy making friends, for sure. Created? You didn't create him. You know, to talk about your kid like that? You're his plan. He's using you? I think that your mom is an ice lady. Forced her into a marriage? It's not annoying, it's bad! Oh, and that, to separate you. She did what? You heard that. Oh, it's great that you heard that. I'm feeling so sad for you, Todoroki. That's why you use your ice quirk more. Oh, I want both of you to win now. Right there, yes. But it's a case for all of you and you're great. I want you to be proud of you at some point. Of himself, you know. Music! No. Can't you win together? Please! Yes, I'm beginning to have tears. And you, Bakugo, what is really your reason except to be the best? It can't be only that. Oh, Todoroki's story? To force people in marriage? I don't know, I don't understand. I'm not sure I appreciate. You tricked them, so they're gonna wear these outfits, so you can see their boobs. Just more of their skins, you know, like... It's really gonna be one against each other. Remember? Why not? It's a question of honor for him. Oh, music! I'm proud of them. Just because of that, you know, you just entered the writer. Okay. That's gonna be a good fight. I'm sorry! Just Midoriya against, and you can fight Todoroki just right there. I mean, at the second fight. Ah, it's him? What is his ability, you know, the memory, remember thing? Tell us. Tell us what you remember. Oh, that can be a good fight. But Bakugo and Ochako! Oh, in fact, yes, it's gonna take all of the first half of the season, this festival, because we're gonna see all of their fights, I think. Not tank le temps. You have to focus each time, you know, to be conscious of it each time.
以前話した0か100かの出力で言えば今の君の体で出せているのは5くらいだ。そうやって言われると本当僕って
No, you're great also. Come on. You're smart. You know how to take risks, to anticipate stuff. Come on.
怖い不安な時こそ笑っちまって臨むんだ。でもいい。では貼っとけ。
Fake it until you can make it. Us also. Don't answer. Monkey! He's gonna test you, he's gonna... You answered. You answered! Like, he's hypnotized, maybe? Something like that? Oh, Deku! Oh, Deku, I'm a little disappointed. Because he was warned right there. Ojiro told him to not say anything, you know, because it was related to his power, and they had times together. You know, they didn't play during the recreation moment time. So I really thought that they had even more time to talk together, to exchange informations, and I even thought, you know, that maybe Deku had more informations than us as the viewers, and that he could use them during the fight, and really, the fight just began, and boom, you already failed. You told you to not respond, to not say anything, and your first thing is to respond. And clearly the guy was just teasing you, Shinso was just teasing you, provoking you for that. The fact that you fall into that trap so easily, I'm a little mad. And I'm disappointed because truly you were warned right there. Or maybe you prepared something. For me, it's an ability, you know, it's a quirk, something like to be hypnotized. The fact that right there, Deku didn't move, was almost paralyzed, the fact that he had his eyes like that, the fact that Ojiro, what he said, it was the fact that he doesn't remember what happened, almost like you're into that situation, you know, when you're under hypnosis and you don't know what you did during that moment. Maybe that's how Shinso he managed, you know, to win, because he had all of his team under his control. For me, it's something like that. I'm not against the guy, you know, I don't know him, we don't know him. And when he presented himself at first, it was to say, I'm there to see you because yes, I want to win against you because I'm forced, you know, to be into that class, but it's not okay for me, so I want to win, so I want to join your class. Like, everything feels logical with what he said. If it's his quirk, you know, to do that, to hypnotize people, so in one hand, I don't appreciate that because I saw the effect that it had on Ojiro. He felt bad about it and all, and I don't appreciate that, and I'm not sure that it's the only way for you to use your quirk, you know, to manipulate people like that by hiding what you're doing to them. You know, hypnotizing people, you can do that also with people knowing it, you know, doing it willingly, and right there it was not the case. And you were not fighting against your team, you were fighting with them, so that's not good. But at the same time, it's his quirks, so does he have really a choice? I don't know. I really don't know what to think about his quirk, but I'm not blaming him for using it, and I don't hate him or stuff like that, but for sure I want Deku to win against him. If he is gonna win, he's gonna be against Todoroki really at the second round. That conversation with Todoroki, I knew that it wouldn't be a confrontation, that it would be a real discussion. I didn't know how much we would learn about Todoroki during that moment. I was shocked by everything that he said, almost everything. The fact that his mother, you know, was an ice lady, that was not a surprise, but the fact that it was a forced marriage, you know, like, already you know the fact that we have forced marriage like that, that it's something happening into that universe with this context of people having powers and all. It's really bad, but at the same time it's going with my idea that the more we're gonna progress, the more we're gonna see also maybe the bad sides of this universe. You know, people having powers and all, the fact that you have villains, why people are beginning to be villains, maybe because of financial situation, maybe also because of these boxes, you know, that they were put in at the day that they had their quirk, you know, out. I thought already about stuff like that, so to learn that we have also into this universe bad impacts, bad things happening because of these powers, you know, these quirks around that, it's not a surprise, even if, you know, it's so bad. And Todoroki, what he said, the fact that he only saw his mother crying, how he talked about her, he implied, you know, that she's dead. It's really bad. And we know now really why he has that bad relationship with his father and why he's right there into that school. Yes, because he wants to prove to his father that he can do stuff on his own, that he is good enough to enter into that school. Everything that I thought and said during the intro, that it doesn't need him to enter into that school, that he can be a hero on his own and all. But right there, what he wants to prove right there with this festival to his father, he wants to prove to his father that he doesn't need his quirk, this part of his father, to win, that his mother quirk is enough. You know, it's a way to have a revenge for his mother, it's a way to be totally against his father, it's a way to prove himself to everyone, to his father, to himself, for entering into that school, the fact that he deserves it. his story, you know, his backstory is so sad, so bad, but at the same time it's so interesting to understand more this universe and for sure to understand more Todoroki. At the same time, I appreciate the fact that, you know, Deku, he understood all of that and he felt also what I just said, but he wanted also to say to Todoroki, I have also reasons to be there, stuff to prove, and I'm gonna go for it, I'm not gonna give up, I want to win also. But it's so bad because now I'm gonna want these two to win. But I know that it's not possible. Bakugo heard that. What can you do with these informations? The fact that he listened to them, it's not a surprise for me. Like really, each time he's right there, you know, to keep an eye on what Deku is doing or not. And right there, these two talking together. For sure, Bakugo, he wants to hear that. Can he use these informations? Does he want to use these informations? I don't know. He's gonna fight Ochako! Oh. The sweet Ochako against the terrifying Bakugo. I love these two as characters, but they're really the opposite of each other. And at the same time, I really see, you know, Ochako as a good fighter. I think that she can be really, really good. And at the same time, Bakugo, we saw him failing a lot, but also being that great. I don't know, these two fighting, it's gonna be something. We're gonna see all of their fights, almost all of their fights. So I was right, in fact. This festival, it's gonna take all of the first half of the season. Like right there, to have Deku against Shinso, after that, maybe against Todoroki, to have also the fight between Ochako and Bakugo, the fight, you know, also for Ida against Mei. All of these fights and all, that's gonna be really interesting to follow, but we're gonna have all of them. So yes, all of the first part of the season is gonna be about that. All Might and Endeavor, that was an interesting discussion also. We understood that Endeavor was always the second one. He took that really bad, and that's why he made that, you know. I'm sorry, I'm feeling really mad. He made that marriage, that forced marriage, to be able to create someone, not to have a kid. Like, it's not a love kid. He didn't come to life because of love. No, because his dad wanted to create him, really, to mix these two quirks. So Todoroki could be better than All Might, and Endeavor could have his revenge. Everything is so bad about that. The fact that you want so much to be the best, that you're okay to do that thing, you know, a forced marriage, just to mix quirks, to create a kid, to not think about having a kid because you love the person and all. The fact that it can happen into this world, it's also really bad. What it means for Todoroki's mom, it means for Todoroki, you know, his childhood and all. You can imagine that Endeavor was really bad with him, trained him, talked to him badly, made him feel like that, told him all of that so many times, how much it impacted Todoroki. I can imagine all of that and I can feel sad and mad because of all of that. Yes, even if we just learned it during this episode and we just had the presentation of his backstory, like really, I can imagine all of it. And maybe worst things, I'm not even sure, for me it's really all of what I'm imagining right now, it's really what happened and it's making me feel so sad and so mad. Oh, and over, that's it. I'm not gonna be one of your fans, on the contrary. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now. I'm gonna watch at least one more episode today, so it's all for you for today and it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.